Alright, today I am going to show you how to make authentic spaghetti just like they do in Italy. Absolute goodness. So the first thing you're going to need is spaghetti. Right here I have whole wheat spaghetti. Alright, whole wheat spaghetti because I'm trying to eat on the healthier side these days. And I have a pot of boiling water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some spaghetti to the pot of boiling water and I'm going to let this boil. And while this is boiling and cookerating, I'm going to show you the ingredients I'm going to use to make the authentic sauce. Absolute goodness. So let me go ahead and put this in here. Get the spaghetti noodles boilerating. All right, let me get a fork so I can stir these to get the noodles down in there. Boiling water is hot. Absolute goodness. All right, so let's go over here so I can get started on the actual ingredients for the sauce. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be making my own sauce from scratch. All right, own sauce from scratch. The first thing you're going to need is ketchup. All right, absolute goodness. Right here is no non-GMO ketchup. Make sure you get non-GMO ketchup if you can. All right, get it? Ketchup if you can. Can't really. Absolute goodness. All right, tomato ketchup. All right, organic. All right, absolute goodness. Next, you're going to need some. Right here, I have some red pepper flakes. This adds to the spice nation of the dish. Put that to the side. And then I have 100% garlic powder, fresh garlic powder. And to make this more authentic, I have 100% All-American oregano leaves. All right. And I have some olive oil, shipped in straight from California. Absolute goodness. All right, so let's get started. All right, I also have a little bit of water right here that I'm going to add to the mixturation. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to come over here to the pan, and then I'm going to turn the pan on to a medium. All right, have that over there. Then just going to check up on the pasta, just stir it a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water. All right, add the water to that. All right, and then I'm going to add some of the ingredients like the garlic powder. And adding it at this stage allows it to absorb, all right, or the leaves right here. Sprinkle some of this in here, get this going. All right. And then I'm just going to take my spoon and just stir it up. You know, get it to absorb a little bit. And I'm going to let this boil a little bit. And while this is boiling, I'm actually going to add a little bit of sugar. All right. This is a secret to cooking this, as well as a little bit of All-American Mexican cheddar jack cheese, which I'll be adding towards the end. But I'll add a little bit of sugar. And if you ever talk to any other Italian chefs besides myself, they add a little bit of sugar to their pasta sauce, marinara sauce, because it adds to the flavoration. All right. So add a little bit of sugar, just a pinch or two sugar. All right. And I'm just going to stir this up. Maybe add a little bit more of garlic powder. All right, for flavoration purposes. All right. And then I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the mixturation. And then I have some ketchup. I'm just going to add ketchup to it. And then just stir this up, and you're going to get all the ingredients to mixturate. All right, stir this up. Look, it's starting to look good. You smell that? Come up to the screen. Come up to the screen so you can smell this. Smell the flavoration of this Italian dish that I'm making. Absolute goodness. All right, it's going to start to thicken up, and that's what you want. You want it to thicken up. If this is this marinara, you want it to thicken up slightly, not too much, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add the noodles to the pan before they get to al dente. All right. And this is going to allow the it's going to allow the marinara sauce to be absorbed by the noodle. As you all know, I usually do that sometimes with the ramen noodles. I'll allow the noodles to absorb the flavoration from the water. All right, so I'm just going to boil this down. I'm going to take this down to low, and then I'm going to go over here and check up on, let me add a little bit more ketchup for flavoration purposes to this mixturation. All right, and then I'm going to stir this a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of all-American Mexican cheese. All right, and this is going to add to the flavoration too. Add a little bit of fatness to it. Fat is flavor. F stands for flavoration. Absolute goodness. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of that to it, and just let this cook on low. It's going to slowly thicken up, and then I'm going. Oh, I forgot to add some red hot chili peppers. This adds to the flavoration too. Want to add this to it so it gets absorbed, so it absorbs some of the water from it. So I'm just going to mix the peppers a little bit. And then I'm going to come over here. All right, come back over here and check up on the noodles. Absolute goodness. So I'm going to take my tongs and then just going to check up on them to see how they're doing. And I want to take them out pre-al dente because I want them to finish cooking inside of the saucepan. All right, so they're almost to pre-al dente. While they're working on getting into pre-al dente, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go ahead and slowly stir this up. Absolute goodness. All right. Oh man, it smells good. Come up to the screen one more time. Smell the flavoration going on right here. Let me go ahead and taste this really quick. Absolute goodness. All right. So I'm adding like a pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper to the mixturation. Absolute goodness. And then go ahead and stir this up one more time. All right, stir that up. Smelling good. All right, so the noodles should be pre-al dente. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And then I'm going to see if I can push this along closer to the pan. Absolutely goodness. All right, I'm just going to take my tongs, turn the pan up to medium right here. Just take my tongs and just get the pasta, which is pre-al dente, and just add it to the pan. Absolute goodness. All right, so I'm going to add this to the pan, just like that. And I'm going to come over here. All right, so I turned the pan up. It's starting to bubble right a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil to it. And now I'm gonna take my tongs and I'm just gonna shift this, allow some of the sauce to get next to the noodle so it can cook inside the noodle. And I'm just gonna cook this a little bit, turn this up a little bit higher. All right, let that cook a little bit, let the sauce go through. And then I'm gonna slowly spin it like this. Absolute goodness. So look at that. Come in, look at this, smell it. It's pre-al dente right now. As the noodle starts to absorb the sauce, let me zoom in some so you can smell it slightly. As the noodles absorb the sauce, they will become softer and become al dente. Absolute goodness. So I'm just gonna keep this right here and let this fry take somewhat. All right. Then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my bowl. Grab a bowl. All right. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take the noodles and I'm going to add it to the bowl like that. Look at that. All right, look at that. Come up to the screen. Smell that. Spaghetti homemade from scratch, Italian style. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Absolute goodness.